Excited about game number 2. A very good Washington team coming in on Monday night, and our players and coaches all are very anxious to see if we can do a little better than we did last year, 3rd place. If we score 36 points like we did last year, we have no chance of winning. If we hold them to 49 like we did last year, we have a very good chance of winning. So they're a team led by Andrew Andrews, and he's really, really good. And then they start 3 freshmen, play 5 or 6 freshmen in their rotation, and they make you play at a pace that you're uncomfortable with. But we're very excited to be playing. Our crowd was sensational in game 1, and we are very optimistic that we'll have a crowd that is at least that large, even though it's an 8:30 start, to help us be successful. So our goal is to win game number 2 and have a goal to get 5 NIT wins. That's our players' goal. So, any questions for me?
Coach, is this a good time to have such a long extended break between game 1 and game 2, given how many games you guys played, the Mountain West tournament, and then the quick turnaround in the opener?
Probably not, but it's what we've got. Logically, it would be us playing tonight, Friday. But we play Monday, and it's a very short turnaround, especially if we have to go on the road for a Wednesday game. And on the road, it would be at South Carolina. So, but that's the schedule that we've got, and we're excited to be playing. And we will be ready to play, and we're very hopeful we'll be ready to have a chance to play on that Wednesday.
Coach, do you keep any kind of tabs on the March Madness tournament, just in general, just to know?
On what?
On the tournament, on the March Madness tournament, on the NCAA one, just to keep tabs, to know what's going on with other teams and colleagues?
I don't even know who's playing, to be honest with you. I've got our tournament that I'm worried about. I know everything about the teams in the NIT, and that's the tournament that we're in. So that's the most important one to me and to our staff. I know there's another one going on, but that's for somebody else to worry about. I'm concerned about our game.
Is Jeremy Hemsley getting healthier? Is this all a good time for him to have a break?
Jeremy's getting better, yes. Tom Abdenauer came in today and said, good to go, which means he can be turned loose in practice, and I like that. So we're getting closer to Jeremy being back to full speed physically.
Do you anticipate him still coming off the bench on Monday?
Probably, but I'm not positive on that. But I would say probably.
Are there parallels between the 2009 team that was in the NIT and went to the semifinals and this team this year?
I think the parallel from the 2009 team and this one is both of us were on the cusp of playing in the NCAA. And both teams responded to disappointment the appropriate way, where they came back determined, a little bit angry, something to prove, and a short-term goal to win a few games to get to New York. And that was what both teams had. That club was led by 3 seniors, I think, Richie Williams, Lorenzo Wade, and Kyle Spain. So there are some similarities to those teams. 2 very good teams, both of them.
Do you watch much of last year's film against Washington, or given that they started?
I did. They're different, but yes, you watch it to see what did they do to really create problems for us. What did we do to create problems for ourselves? So yes, that was the first game that I watched. But with so many new faces, Andrews is really the only player that's there last year that's there this year.
Have you guys watched any of with the March Madness tournament? I saw when you walked in, you kind of glanced up at some of the TVs. Have you watched it all?
A little bit, yeah. You know, I've kind of just caught glimpses of highlights and stuff like that.
Sure. Is it tough to watch any of that, or have you blocked it out? Have you watched any of the?
I have not watched a single game. Just, you know, if it's on, I'll check the score. Or if I see something like on Twitter or something, I'll go to the ESPN app real quick and check a score. But I haven't watched any game.
Tell me a little bit about Washington. What do you know about them? What have you seen on film so far, and having the time to prepare for them?
They're a team that's really athletic and they play up tempo. So I mean, they got a lot of good players, a lot of talented young players too. So it's gonna be a good game. And we got to make sure that we try to slow them down a little bit, but not fully, because I mean you won't be able to. And just try to play our best game we can.
Skylar, do you remember playing them a few years ago? Do you remember any of that?
Yeah, I do. You know, I forgot that we only scored 33 points up there. So, you know, obviously, hopefully that doesn't happen again. It was a real bad game for us. So, you know, hopefully we could make up for it on Monday.
You guys talk about just the team's attitude right now. You guys came out, you know, playing pretty hard in that opening game, and you know, some teams can come out with the disappointment of not making the NCAA, but you guys clearly didn't.
You know, we're just focused. You know, we have games to play. We still have business to handle. So, you know, I can't really put it any other way except for focus. You know, we're excited to still be playing and blessed. So, yeah, we're out here just handling our business game by game.
Trey, you feel the same way?
Yeah, I mean, we have a goal in mind to win every game that we play. So whether that's the NCAA tournament or the NIT, we're glad to still be playing. And now our goal is to try to make it to New York and play Madison Square Garden.
Can you guys just touch on the freshmen a little bit, the growth you've seen in them from like the beginning of the season to now, what they're doing in the postseason?
I mean, we've seen a lot of growth. I mean, it's just one of those things. It's going to take some time. I mean, not everyone can just jump up from high school, you know, to college and just be able to fit in right away. So there's going to be growing pains. I mean, I've had my growing pains last year. I mean, it's just something that mostly everyone goes through. But, I mean, I felt like they've done a good job, and they fought through those growing pains, and they'll just get better and better from it.
You guys think this is a good time to have a long break between opening game and that second round?
Yeah, it'll be helpful. You know, we played a lot of games past few weeks. Bodies get tired. So, you know, it was real good for us to be able to relax and take a break for a little bit and get our minds refocused.